Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and market's really starting to get hypoxic here up as we climb. It's really hasn't even been a wall of worry, so to speak. Everybody's ignoring Iran and the sanctions and the oil volatility. Everybody's ignoring the trade war with China and just kind of bidding this market higher. As I said Monday and Tuesday, this is kind of a hold your nose rally where market's being bid higher, but you can hear the music, man, and it's going to stop here soon, and hopefully you're going to have a chair. Today at 1 o'clock in our accelerated retirement brief, we're going to talk about getting long volatility as what I call a tredge. It's a trade and a hedge, because this is, yesterday the VIX smashed through, what was it, 11? Let's take a look. What's the VIX at now? VIX is essentially flat. So we're down here south of 11 on the volatility index, folks, which is absolutely nuts. And the next couple weeks, something is going to happen to freak this market out. What is it, Wiz? Well, my call sign's Wiz, not Nostradamus, but here at Top Gun Options, in every one of our live trade briefs, and like I said, at 1 o'clock in our accelerated retirement brief, we're going to talk about this. We'll take a look at all the strategic and operational issues out there that could potentially reach out and touch us and cause this market to freak out. I'm telling you right now, folks, the institutional money, large financial firms, hedge funds, or not too many people that I talk to on a daily basis are deploying new capital at these highs. Everybody's just kind of sitting around waiting for somebody to yell fire after a stampede and then run back in and go get a better seat, so to speak. If we do pull back here, unless it's something horrific, I don't know, North Korea, Iran, something just bad, it won't be what I call the Fred Sanford, right? The big one, Elizabeth, grab your chest, fake you're having a heart attack, implosion. The fundamentals of this market are very sound with earnings, jobs, job openings, interest rates, you name it, stock buybacks. Things are good, but markets just don't keep going up forever. We do have Iran, the protests, as we hit them back, or put the sanctions back in place, and that's causing a lot of volatility in oil markets, and obviously with the Iranian regime. This is why we're putting sanctions into place, is to try and curb the behavior. North Korea, at least the North Korean dude's smart. He wants to live, and I'm pretty sure let's just say I know for a fact, you guys know for a fact that 3 carrier strike groups were sitting off in North Korea this time last year. Donald Trump, in no uncertain terms, back-channeled and told the guy, I'm going to level you, I'm going to find you and kill you unless you start talking. A couple weeks ago, the president said, hey, man, I'd sit down with this dude. And this guy said, no, you can go F yourself. So a lot of potential volatility there. And then look at this. China retaliates with new tariffs, hunkering down for a long trade fight. So let me get this straight. Back here with these massive swings in the market and the market imploding on trade war, and oh my God, it's a trade war is going to mean higher tariffs, and that's going to get passed on to consumers, and we're all going to die. Well, that was on the fears of a trade war. Now that we're in one, the market just keeps drifting higher. One of the wisdoms that I use here often at Top Gun Options is the market only cares when it cares, meaning we might not be caring about, I do, that's why we're going to hedge here in about an hour. I care, but the market essentially is saying, we're all right, let's just forget about that. These are the headlines, but the Republicans more or less went 5 for 5 last night. So that idiot socialist new superstar Democrat, whatever her name is, Ortiz or something like that, she went 0 for 5. Every candidate she endorsed last night lost. Why am I bringing this up? Because it is going to be an absolute shit show in the fall, or actually in a month or two when the real elections start coming up. It's going to be pretty volatile. And folks, the president has already threatened a government shutdown if he doesn't get border wall funding. Why do I care about this, Wiz? What do you mean, why do you care? Because the volatility is going to see an increase on any potential government shutdown. So we have to keep an eye on the politics of all of this stuff. And of course, all the Democrats are out there today doing what? It's the Russians. The Russians intervened in the Ohio election, and that's why we lost. Actually, the Green Party candidate who got in there took a lot of Democrat votes. So not only did the Russians get involved, according to Democrats, and that's why they lost in Ohio, but they also the Green Party. So yesterday, this was the headline. Oil rises as Trump issues biting sanctions on Iran. I sent out an alert yesterday to close our XLE bull put spread in that portfolio for about a $2,000 profit in 2 weeks. And I said, hey, hold on to the bear call spread that expires Friday. Why did I say hold on to it? WTI drops back below 68 after gasoline build and a small crude draw. So that the 77 and a half bear call spread, I think, is looking at a $1,900 profit. So there you go, folks. 2 days covering 2 trades with a nearly $4,000 profit or gain on what? I think it was about $3,600 in risk. So we're making about $4,000 on about $3,600 in risk. So I'm going to send out an alert here in a little bit to close this 77 and a half bear call spread. Great looking iron condor, folks. That more or less pays for a year and a half of an annual membership into Top Gun Options, let alone Monday's weekly options trade on Amazon, the bull put spread. We looked to close that out yesterday for a $2,010 profit in 1 day. So what's that? That's $6,000 in trades that we've discussed so far. $6,000 in profit on limited risk. Obviously, one of the reasons, excuse me, that I covered that stocks and the market keep going up is what? Low interest rates and the tax benefits of the Trump tax overhaul are doing what? Companies are buying back their own shares. That's starting to really help prop this market up here. So traders are piling in the bets that the stock market will rally. Whenever you see a headline like this, you can sit there and smoke the hopium and go, yay, I'm going to jump on board. But these headlines usually come back to haunt us in a week or so. Hey, and I save these, right? In about a week or two, when the market's rolling over and the VIX is spiking through 12, 13, 14, I can point back to this and go, yeah, remember when everybody said, hey, everybody into the pool? That's when guys like me start looking for where the nearest life preserver is. And like I said, we're going to cover that at 1 o'clock today in Accelerated Retirement. Hey, real quick, if you're, just a reminder, if you're in a 2-week trial here, a 2-week test flight at Top Gun Options, if you paid $38, you only get access into the 2 briefs we've done so far this week. The weekly options brief on Monday, where we covered that Amazon trade. And then yesterday we had a great session, like I said, closing an XLE trade for $2,000 profit and also legging into a Raytheon iron condor. So for $38, you get access to those 2 briefs. You're not going to get access to today's accelerated retirement brief or tomorrow's analyze your trade and debrief. So if you're interested in attending the 1 o'clock session or Thursday session, you got to give support a call, okay? And that number is 754-300-1084. And if you didn't have your pen ready or you're ready to copy now, it's 754-300-1084. And if you're not in your $38 test flight, literally, folks, I'm sitting here on Las Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale for the price of a really bad bottle of Pinot Grigio. You could take a 2-week test flight into 2 briefs that this week we covered $6,000 in closing trade profits on limited risk. Okay, all you have to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/advanced, and you can take your $38 test flight there. Because today, folks, like I said, the S&P is on the verge of history, but what? They should put a big comma in here. Despite renewed trade war fears, some China issues, and Friday, folks, we're actually going to get some inflation number, an inflation number which is going to give the market a little bit of insight into what the Fed's potentially going to be doing here with interest rates. So we have a lot to cover the rest of the week. The FANGs or the limousine liberal tech stocks are banning. You want to talk about interference in an election? The fact that YouTube, Facebook, and what else? Apple have taken down InfoWars. I think InfoWars is a fringe right. The dude's a lunatic. But these limousine liberal companies are all of a sudden shutting down conservative voices online. You want to talk about interference in an election? It's right there. So, folks, I can't stand Antifa or all the fascists on the left. I can't stand the right-wing Nazi-ish type of people on the right. But you should not silence their speech. First of all, that forces them underground. I want to see stupid people's speech or violent people's speech in the public square so we know where they are and we can see them. When you silence people's speech, first of all, it's un-American, man, but it also creates bigger issues. So I'm not digging the fact that these limousine liberal stocks, and I told you to dump these stocks because they're alienating potentially half of their customer base. This congressional candidate in California, Asian woman, one of her congressional ads got blocked. It was called hate speech. Does everybody remember around the 4th of July what happened at Facebook? Facebook blocked the Declaration of Independence on a page because some limousine liberal in the Bay Area pushed the button that said this is hate speech. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Oh, I'm going to buy some Navy shirts today. So a lot to cover here, man. You stay out of this stuff. You stay in Amazon. You get out of these freak show, ridiculous stocks. Tesla. I think Elon Musk committed fraud yesterday, and folks, we threw Martha Stewart in jail. It ain't beneath Elon Musk to be charged with fraud. A lot going on here, guys. And as a matter of fact, I'm going a little too long. I got to get ready for our accelerated retirement brief at 1 o'clock. Like I said, if you want to take a 2-week trial into 2 of our most popular briefs, you can do that for $38 here at go.topgunoptions.com/advanced. But if you want to upgrade and attend today's session or tomorrow's session, give us a call at 754-300-1084. Okay? Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. And I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock for accelerated retirement.